Took my family away from my Carolina home. Had dreams about the West and started to roam. 6 long months on a dust-covered trail. They say heaven's at the end, but so far it's been hell. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. We were digging and shifting 5 to 5, selling everything we found just to stay alive. Gold flowed free like the whiskey in the bar. Sinning was the big thing, Lord, and Satan was a star. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And blood lined the streets. Men were shot down for the sake of having fun, or just to hear the noise of their 44 guns. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. Now my widow, she weeps by my grave. Tears flow free for her man couldn't save. Shot down in cold blood by a gun that carried fame, all for the useless and no good, worthless claim. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there. And there's fire on the mountain, lightning in the air, gold in them hills, and it's waiting for me there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, YouTubers and friends, how are all of you doing tonight? I hope you're all doing well, absolutely fabulous. Awesome. Tonight we have a gentleman joining us from down south, Georgia. Area that experienced a gold rush with some beautiful gold 20 years prior to the California gold rush. But he's a rookie, a greenhorn. I found out actually how much of a greenhorn, but I think he's on the right track and doing well. And sorry, my voice cracked. An old man voice cracked. Okay. But I reached out to Aaron from Rookie Gold Prospecting out of North Georgia, and he gave us the honor of joining us tonight. I'm looking forward to a really good show and learning more about what goes on down in the South. I've only visited there a couple of times prospecting. It's on my list for more, but never mind that. Let's get on with the show. We'll be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night, Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night, Hangout Live. It's Tuesday night, Hangout Live. With your hosts, and Marvin, and ToledoJess. Tuesday Night Hangout Live is a Flash in Your Pan production.
Every day on the Critter Beat, Flash in your plan.
All right. Hey, everybody. Is that Liz I see in the room? Hello, Liz. My good friend, Digging Canuck Treasure Hunter.
GPU, what's up? Secret Creek Prospecting. Hey, hello, everybody.
A lot of familiar names for sure.
Terry Curry. David.
I see Brad Welsh in here. Good day, mate. How you doing down there? Feeding. He had fishies messing with his bottle.
Man, look who's here. Look who's here.
Look who's here.
The world's greatest moderator, Mr.
Oh,
Levesque.
Yeah. He's
the best out of
the
Internet.
super mod. He's the top mod here at Flash in Your Pan. So he has the power.
You gotta keep the trolls in line.
Yep. Oh, he smells them. Before we even see him, he's on it.
What they say. What happened?
Jersey Ray, how you doing, sis? GoPro Unlimited, David Via. Ooh,
Rachel.
spiked my
Oh,
mic.
you know,
Hola, bien
who
amigo. ¿Cómo está usted?
you know who I saw earlier in the chat room? Our favorite adventurer, Ryan Wilder.
Yeah,
Yeah,
American
I saw
Gold
Brian there too.
Prospectors.
I always
But-
comment on his videos and call him the notorious AGP.
Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah.
Lone Ranger
Mr.
Overland. Hello and
It's
welcome.
low range.
Oh, low
Overland.
range. Sorry. I was thinking
Hashtag
Lone Ranger. Sorry.
Oh,
My bad.
hashtag
Blonde
like
moment. No habla español, mi amigo
no
David
speaking
Villa.
English.
No, what he said? He just said, "I'm loving," and you. I think that's what.
I do use Google Translation though. But I don't want to bring up another window.
If it gets crazy, I'll try to help on the Spanish a little bit.
But no, I know my friend Liz, the Digging Connect here in the room. Me and her both have the same view. If you have a foreigner in their native tongue comment on your video, I believe, and she believes, if I'm recollecting right, it's only appropriate to talk back to them in your language. We have tools with it, for it. So you just translate what they say in Google Translator or another translator.
Yeah, it works.
Then you reply back and do it in their native tongue or whatever.
Yeah.
And
You're assuming that's their native tongue.
Well, if that's what they're speaking and not,
I can type in anything and translate to Japanese.
well, true.
It could be an AI chatbot, and you wouldn't even know.
You know it.
No. Only bot in here is my bot, and that's because I have it on subscribers only for a minute, and not many bots subscribe, at least not yet. But AI bots might get to that point. Oh, I gotta subscribe to talk. Then we're talking to chatbot.
Talking to chatbots.
But
I could be a chatbot.
Tom, how you doing? Joseph, Rocky Mountain Live Prospecting. Hello, brother. Got Joseph yells, Aaron.
Oh, there. Yeah, I need to read the chat. All right. Well,
Yeah, if you see people you know.
I think that's why you popped it out like you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Low range, overland. That's right. AU life. That's like AU some. Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, that's how you spell awesome. You didn't know that?
Oh, that's how I spell awesome.
Yeah. All right. Hey, there's a Hit B. The secret
Bill,
word. Hit B wants to know the secret word. So
secret word. We didn't make a secret word.
I know.
We should
I
have made
always
a
give him
secret
hard
word.
time. I
Aurora.
always give him. Yeah. I guess I put the wrong secret word every time just to mess with them. So
Liz, yeah, when bots learn to subscribe, we are doomed. Yeah.
I don't know.
And you guys, speaking of
David
AI
Villa
bots,
goes, this was Mexico first, vato. Hey, I know. Actually, where I am wasn't Mexico first. I think it belonged to the Shawnee and
I think Mexico was something else first.
Yeah.
So,
probably everywhere was something else first, and someone came in and conquered. They weren't here, and then they came, and so on and so on.
They kicked out the previous tenants, and
Greg
way
Abbott
of the
says
world,
I'm not
right?
a rookie anymore, but I'm gonna have to disagree. I mean, there's so much I find all the time that I'm clueless about. So
Outhouse Otis, hello. Hey,
That is.
I've been prospecting for over 30 years now, Aaron, and you're always learning.
always.
I've been practicing. Yeah, practicing. Practice.
Makes
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
At least get you more. You know. I had a train of thought, but I think it got derailed. I must be in Ohio. Ooh.
That's an Ohio thing? I didn't know that.
No, it's actually been a thing for a long time all over the country. That's nothing new. It's just, it's just more talked about now. That's all. It's
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah.
If we only knew what was really going on, we'd kill ourselves.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think we'll
Yeah.
ever know what's really going on.
No, it's probably best.
Yeah.
It's probably best.
Yeah.
Take the bus instead. Like, oh, okay. I got lost here.
Reel you back in.
Okay, yeah, I got global there for a minute. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. All right.
I try not to do that, but some things just trigger me, I guess.
So
yes, you do, Mandy's Candy. You see rookie. Yes, you do. Ronald, you're late.
Hey, how you doing, Mandy? Good to see you.
Ronald, you're late.
Like
12
Mandy's
minutes.
Candy, welcome.
What are we going to do with you, Ronald? Love you anyway, brother. Love you anyway.
Out to the woodshed.
Thank you very much, Low Range.
All right. So you guys gonna ask me questions, or you just want me to?
No, we're going to finish up what we're doing here.
Oh,
and then me and Ed are going to talk about a couple
Mitch.
things.
All right.
And if you want to get involved in it, that you can, but we'll get to you.
Secret Creek, I wore your shirt last week. I'm wearing Top Cats this week. Camp America. I'm so jelly.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous, Jesse.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, dude.
Jesse Dano, King Prospector, and all my other friends. Yeah, I hope you all have a blast. Find a nugget for me.
Well, I'll find a nugget in your name, but it won't be for you.
Oh, I see how you are. I see how you are. Okay, fine.
Should be a lot of fun, though, man.
Grab me a crack of pay dirt.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll bring you some root ball.
Just clean out a crack and bring me it. Can you do that for me, Jesse?
I'll do that for you, Ed.
And then if I was going and you couldn't, I'd do it for you.
You did.
You want me to send you some dirt, Ed?
I'm being infiltrated by cats. If you want, sure, send it.
Yeah.
Don't send him any.
Send us
just run a bucket and not clean it up and see what's in it, and then.
Oh, those are always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to send a raw goodie bag,
like those.
Yeah.
And you can see what this Georgia material is all about.
Would it be on Weekend Prospectors lease?
What's that?
The goodie bag?
Oh no, I would have to make one. I'd have to go dig you some dirt and then send it to you.
No,
yeah, what I'm meaning. Would it be from Clubland?
Oh, I can bring it from where, I got lots of different spots I can go to. I can go to my 500 mesh spot and get you some dirt in there if you want it. Or
ooh, yeah, that sounds like
fun. No.
You don't want my 500 mesh?
I don't.
That sounds like fun. That is a
Sure,
kitty,
yeah.
isn't it?
This is our new addition. Sorry, Aaron, but my cat jumped up on my desk.
Yeah,
Which
I
one
like
are
that.
you? Loco
I
Coco?
forgot. I think I might have. I might not have mentioned this, Aaron, during the pre-show, but we never know which way the show goes. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, it's
anything can
fine. Yeah.
happen.
No, it's cool.
Usually does.
And usually in pre-show, we got off on other things and we usually say it'd be about 15, 20 minutes or so until you come in full steam and then we try to focus. I am ADD. Try to
So,
focus solely on you. We pin you up
oh
and
man,
give you all the
I'm ready.
attention. So talk, 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 talk when that kind of time comes. There is
All
a
right.
pre-show. Yeah, we have a pre-show that's off air, Mitch,
Where we
and
explain to you how the show's supposed to go and what we like to hear and kind of give you a rundown
see
of how
if
the
you have
show.
any treasure porn to
Oh
share.
yeah, find out if you got any treasure porn to share
And
and
all you treasure
things like
porn
that. It's just kind of
perverts, yes, there is gold porn to be shown later. I was told not to cut you off all at once. We got to wean you off. So we'll show you some and more and more. Actually, we won't. He will. That guy right there.
I got it
Eh,
all in one spot, so it's all or nothing.
Okay,
Uh,
well, okay, everybody, you get one
well,
dose,
you know what?
one
we
super
can
Let's do
dose of gold
real long
porn.
foreplay.
so we can stretch it out,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
make a longer production out of it.
That's
that's
always
what I
good.
get for just doing one open line Tuesday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we'll talk, Mitch. Get you on.
Yeah.
We've
Heck
had
yeah.
some of your digging buddies on. We'll take you graveyard if you could get out of the graveyard for a minute and not work.
Right.
Or we'll take you before you have to go to work. Either way.
Well, look, Ohio Relic Hunter, of course he would say this. He likes his gold porn fast and hard.
Yeah, that's
Graveyard, you're out there in Oregon in that frigid water sniping in the wintertime, huh?
yeah, he is. With Damon, West Coast
Right.
prospecting
Yeah, I know.
and
I don't
Matt.
know if I could do it. I can handle the cold, but 40-degree water is not a thing for me, I don't think.
Know what?
Well,
On my old claims in the North Cascades, Aaron, the water never got above 41 degrees.
Woo,
After
woo.
dredging 2 hours, 3 hours, whenever my tank ran out, I'd be purple, and I'm wearing a 5 mil Farmer John with 10 mil in the chest and hood and gloves, and
Crazy.
I'd come out all purple, big old
Crazy.
purple lips, and be hovering over the fire for about an hour.
Wow.
BC!
Well, we had Brian in the house earlier. He knows what the cold water's like. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Worse up
Brian, dredging Nome, Alaska. It's a good guy. I've had the privilege of playing with Brian in the creeks of New England. Actually, been a guest at the Flash in Your Pan headquarters, too.
nice.
And 4 weeks until Team PG5 get together and do some more metal detecting. There's a creek in backyard of Nikki and Chad's I want to pan. Might have some good gold in it, Jesse. Probably be
Where's that?
able to get you come along. Down by Piqua.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. South.
Yeah.
There's a big boulder field. You know the boulder field that goes from like the JJ land in Dano all the way to like the Piqua area and stuff? They're within like that boulder field. So there could be some
sense, don't
chunky
it?
monkey stuff for Ohio. And when I
Well,
say
it's
chunky monkey, like huge stuff for Ohio, it's like that big.
a picker.
Ohio nugget. Let me see that loop. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, look how big it is. Yeah, I know all
That's
about it.
huge.
I know all
Look at the
about it.
character in that nugget. Well, even those little tiny fly poops, if you look at them, they look like nuggets. I think they're nuggets. They're just
If you zoom
tiny,
in far enough,
tiny
yeah, you're
nuggets.
right.
Hey, I got
You
an
know?
electronic microscope right here that will make anything look like a
And
nugget.
if you explode them big enough, it'll look like a big old nugget. It's just
Like I have to
little.
carry it.
I may have to get one of those.
Either a nugget or a cornflake.
No, know what's really cool, Aaron? You look at your gold and you get some pretty nice, lot of character to some of your gold out there, you know.
Yeah. I'm right at the source. So,
Right. Where we deal with nothing but glacial gold. So it has a lot different characteristic than the gold you find.
yeah.
Ours been ground up, broke
I
up,
get some
ground.
water worn too. It just depends on if it came from the ancient river or if it came
True.
from, the saprolite or.
Right. Very true. Like some of that stuff, if you get some nice pockets in the quartz in your native bedrock there, you know.
Well, the native bedrock's not bedrock anymore. It's completely mush.
Well, it
You
decomposes
just dig right
and
into it. Yeah. You just dig right into the bedrock.
But graveyard prospector says the guys he hangs out with call pickers anything over 0.1. I thought a picker was anything you could pick up. It wasn't about weight. It was about the ability to pick it up. So
if you can use 2 fingers, go like that, that's the picker. Period.
that's a picker.
and
It doesn't matter what it weighs.
my good friend Robert DePotti, he's been getting some really good Ohio gold. I mean, pickers and small nuggets.
They're
Don't
here.
tell no one. No gold in Ohio.
I mean, they're all in Utah.
Yeah, Utah. That's it.
We're gonna send everybody to Utah, Ed.
Go to Utah.
Where all the gold is.
Mr. Lodak will show you where it's all at. And GoPro Unlimited. T-Rip.
I know what you said, graveyard, but I don't know him, so
Somebody said stickers don't count for pickers. I got you. No, you got to use 2 individual fingers to pick it up. You can't. Yeah, you can't.
it up.
Like,
Poker.
stick to your
No,
finger
that's
and you grab it.
no, you
that's
gotta pick it up.
Sure, I can make. I got some gold that's a picker. Let me wet my finger a little. And like Wes said, I can zoom in. He's the master at zooming in on a speck and making it a nugget. Yeah, I can do the same thing.
That's why I say they're all nuggets.
Right.
Some are really small and some are really big.
Right.
Right below a picker is a feeler. So like, if you can
feel it.
Yeah, not quite a picker, but I can feel it.
Georgia Gold's really pure.
Yeah,
Mitch, it's really pure. It averages like 22 carats. It's really pure compared to a lot of the West Coast where you're 18, 15 carat, 10 carat, It's a really pure, beautiful looking gold. Virginia has a lot of nice looking gold too.
My gold is the ugliest gold you will ever see because it is almost completely coated with mercury. Like it's so.
That's not what Graveyard says. That you say your gold is the prettiest. Oregon or
Well,
Georgia has crazy gold.
amalgam, once you clean
There's
it
too much
and
mercury.
stuff, after you retort it and make it pretty, and at least
Yeah,
if you
then it'll
don't
look
get an
pretty.
ugly
Here's
sponge out of it,
Then it'll look pretty.
gold. Gold to me, Georgia gold, California gold, and Ohio gold. The difference is the difference between a redhead, a blonde, and a brunette.
Yeah.
It's
Then
all gold, it's all
Oh,
beautiful, and it's
it's all mint.
all new money.
that's
Yeah,
right.
real money.
And yeah, Wes, your gold up in New England's beautiful. It's nice. I need to get back up to New England too because
We'll put
I
you
did
in with
really
gold and
good in
black.
Vermont for what little I did.
Yeah.
Watching
Yeah,
Brian
that's
face
probably
down in a puddle as big as this mask. Oh, I found a spot, a piece. Ah.
Well, I'm glad you're safe, RST.
Yeah, no doubt. Randy, Scotty, Tony, glad you're home safe and sound.
Yeah.
And Ronald, we're glad you made it, even though I didn't see you until 12 minutes after the hour. It's okay. It's okay. We love you anyway. All right.
So let's get on with our show. Let's bring our guest on and
Yeah,
find out
let me
what
pin
he's all
this.
about.
Let's pin this sucker up. I mean, our guest up. And we could start in on it. Hi, Aaron. Welcome.
Welcome,
thank
Aaron.
you. Glad to be here.
So, Aaron, why don't you just give us a little bit of information about you? Things like what got you started, how long you've been doing this,
Yeah. All right.
prospecting. Then we'll go. Then we'll go from there.
All right. So, I probably got started the way a lot of people did. I watched Gold Rush, thought it was cool. So I Googled it, found some YouTube videos, thought those were cool too. And then figured out, wait a second, there's gold in my state. And then immediately joined the club, went up there, found my first piece of gold and made my first video. And that was January of 2022. And I've been going up there basically every weekend if I can. And pretty much every single piece of gold that I've ever found is on YouTube in one of my videos. So,
That's cool.
yeah, decided to make the channel because I learned so much from watching other channels. It's actually been pretty cool, since my channel is called Rookie Gold Prospector. A lot of people that
Sure.
watch are experienced prospectors that actually know what they're doing, and help me learn way faster by making videos. Actually, helps me learn.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. You belong to any clubs?
yeah, no, our club here, well, there's multiple clubs here, but I'm only in one of them. And from what I know about the other ones, I think this is the best one. It's called the Weekend Gold Miners. And
Yeah.
and we got two different leases. One of them is pretty much for dredging. And the other one I spend a lot of time at. It is just the most amazing historic place ever. They started mining there in the late 1820s. They mined all the way up until World War II, and it's been, a club lease for over 40 years. And
Nice.
the gold's not gone; it's still there. So,
Well, I think you need to stay open about with other clubs if for no other reason than to give you more opportunities to go places. You
for
don't have
sure.
to get into individual politics of the clubs. You know.
No, I keep to myself, and I just did
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
Well,
everybody,
I agree.
for
Yeah, the
sure, for
politics
sure.
of clubs suck, but it's
Yeah,
good to
Like
be a part of any club.
politics in general.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's just the
politics.
cost. The cost of, like, if I were to join GPAA and LDMA, which is another one here, and then the Weekend Gold Miners, I couldn't afford to join all three of them.
Well,
So
if you join LDMA, you're automatically a lifetime member of the GPAA.
oh, I didn't even know that.
I'm
Okay,
an LDMA member. Last time I was in Georgia, we stayed at Loud Mine.
okay. I still have not been there, believe it or not.
Well,
have
next
not been
time
to
I
a
come
lot of
down,
them.
you can come be my guest.
Yeah, and likewise, you can
But
come out
see,
and
you
check
have
out our
what's cool.
property.
You've got places you can go to that are private, right? Or open to.
100%. Yeah. I've done some door knocking and some
Uh,
Facebook recruiting of private property owners. And then also, being that I have a YouTube channel, that's another huge benefit is
right.
people will message and say, hey,
Hey, come check.
I got a creek over here and I'm pretty sure we got some gold. So I got a couple places that way as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
see,
got
yeah,
lots of places to go.
that's cool because like here I'm in Ohio, Ed and I are in Ohio, so we don't have a lot of creeks running down, down in valleys and stuff. There's creeks around, but it's farmland. It's farmers aren't the
Yeah.
most uh welcoming to their property, sometimes so,
No, no.
so
I
it's
always
hard to
ask,
get permissions, but we
so
have a
out there,
few
we're
around.
looking for obvious evidence of a glacial channel, and then that's where the
Right,
creeks that you guys are looking for.
Well,
right,
there's the great thing I utilize. It's maps, glacial maps, and topographical maps. Like
Huh.
you, I'm sure,
Yeah.
and you study what's around in your area and find
Yeah.
out where your wave-plane moraines are, your silt beds and loom beds, and like what we have in our area, Jesse and I. Then you get farther south and you have
to where you're at.
end moraines and dissected end moraines and different lobes in different areas.
Yeah.
Um, you'll our our gold in my area is very small. Down farther south, you can get pickers and chunkier stuff.
Farther south.
But access to land is the
Yeah.
hard part.
The hard
You can't be
part.
afraid to door knock.
Well, it's not even
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's really hard because the farms out here are big pieces of property, and then
Yeah.
you've lost a whole creek or two because that one farmer says no. So
Yeah.
it's and then you're talking hell. Just going to our I'm a GPA member and an OSPA member,
Right?
which is Ohio Prospecting uh, Ohio Club. Everything's 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Where I live,
At least.
yeah, I haven't been able to find very much, if any, gold up here in my area. So I got to travel, south, southern Ohio to get where the gold is, where the
Yeah.
moraines are, where I know the gold is coming out of the fields, and it's all blood gold. But I know that's what I'm looking for, right?
For sure. Yeah. It's we
So
got the same size gold here that you guys have up there, I
yeah,
think.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. But see, you've got the possibilities of finding where it's
They
coming from.
exist. Nuggets
Yeah,
exist. There
right,
have been huge nuggets here, but I think some of the same characteristics of the geology that make our gold one of the most pure areas for gold is also seems to be produces a lot smaller gold. One of my
Well,
spots I
yeah.
go, it's all tiny gold.
I think probably just I don't know. Is it well worn? Have you looked at it really closely, or is it
No,
like
I mean, well, usually the smaller stuff it depends on where I go. So if I go dig in a bigger creek, I'm more likely to have some of the flatter stuff. But in like on the club lease, the flatter stuff came from the ancient river versus the coarser stuff eroded out of the rock right there recently and didn't travel
right?
very far.
Right.
It's like there's veins
Yeah, see,
all up and down.
that's what I was wondering. You're probably closer to the source. We're not even close to the source. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, cool.
yeah, our
Nowhere
gold's all
near.
Spanish,
Yeah,
right?
no,
So,
I'm right smack in the middle of the
yeah,
source, and most of the places that I go, fortunately, But it's still not as good as California. Like, who was it? Somebody from California in the chat said something about California gold is the kind you stub your toe on.
Some
And
places, yeah.
yeah, not here.
Yeah,
But
Not here.
they have
these-
places there where it's fly
Those
proof
there,
too.
those
Yeah,
are what they go. Oh, those are good. We'll take those.
yeah,
Smaller than
yeah,
that, they don't. I mean, yeah, I mean they. I mean, if you watch Two Toes videos, you've seen him throw gold back.
yeah. Throw it back and let it grow. All right,
Yeah,
let it grow. Yeah,
what he's throwing back is what we're finding. What
yeah.
we're desperately working hard to get.
I'm
He's
not
throwing
gonna
back.
lie. I've rinsed a handful of specks right back into the creek on purpose before.
Who hasn't? You
Yeah,
know, there's 2 specks in that pan. I'm
yeah.
moving. I
I'm
ain't
not gonna
bothering with
walk down this creek and get my snuffer to come back and
it. Right. Sure.
take the two. Anyway,
So
so
yeah,
yeah,
I mean, the way you started, especially nowadays, is the way a lot of people. I mean, I go back as far as Gold Fever with Tom Massey.
never saw
That
one
goes back as far as Gold Fever with the Buzzard.
Yeah.
You know, so and it's that finding out there's gold in your neighborhood, finding
Yeah,
out gold in your state, and you go, well, why
I had
can't
no
I go
idea.
find some?
I
Yeah,
had no
neither did
idea.
I. Neither did I.
I'm from
So
Missouri.
yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, apparently there's gold there. Obviously, you see some people out there finding gold in Missouri, but I had no clue the whole time I lived there. And then I moved to Georgia. I didn't even know there was gold here. Never heard of the Georgia gold rush.
Well, in Missouri, what you're looking at is what we're looking at here is glacial gold.
Exactly. Yeah,
It's all
exactly.
glacial. The northern states are going to have glacial gold.
Yep.
Right? That's out west. You got the low gold there, and then where you're at, you got low gold. And up in the New England area, they got what both, right?
They have both.
They have both.
Washington, Oregon has both. California has both.
That's why they got more down there. They got two different sources bringing gold down.
Then all our gold came from Canada. Thank you, Ontario.
From the Eureka
It
mine.
wasn't Canada back then.
The
It
Richardson.
wasn't Canada back then.
No, it's North America.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't even that. Amerigo Vespucci.
No. Yeah, it was a big island in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
It was just a piece of Pangea.
Right, floating around.
Yeah. So you were telling us something interesting before the show started about your adventure with a legislator.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, her name's Carla Drenner, and she is on the Natural Resources and Environment Committee for the Georgia House of Representatives. And so she reached out to me and said she wanted to go gold prospecting, and I was super hesitant. I was actually probably a little bit rude. You know, I thought she was misleading me, like, yeah, there's something else going on here. But I ended up talking to her on the phone and we smoothed it over and we ended up going out together and I helped her find her first gold. And I think it went okay, but I still do not know if there's actually some kind of law in the works. I have no clue. She hinted at it, but wouldn't say what
Yeah.
it was. But I
Did she
think our
ask you a lot of
interaction
questions?
only helped. Yeah, the interaction only helped. I don't think it hurt. So hopefully we'll see something positive happen. So
Hopefully.
Let's hope so.
yeah, but I think she had fun. I
But
think
you
she had
gotta
fun.
remember, she is from the government, and they're always here to help you.
So we
Yeah,
kind of
I
have
think I
to
heard
be
something like that.
diplomatic with those types, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I did okay, except at the first when I definitely probably wasn't very nice because, like I said, I assumed that there was an
Hey,
attempt
I
at
would have
deception.
assumed the same thing, dude. I would have assumed
Okay.
the same thing.
Yeah.
May not have
I felt real
responded like
bad.
you did, but
Yeah.
I would have assumed the exact same thing. And I
Yeah.
probably would have asked questions.
Oh,
I'm the
and
kind of guy
Yeah.
that's gonna ask
yeah,
questions, you know?
Yeah.
Why are so okay, on that, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
After you went with her, do you believe that she actually was interested in prospecting or more interested in finding out what kind of damage you're doing? What all is involved? I mean, you know, did she
Man.
really get into the actual the work and the finding of the gold?
So she dug, she panned, she fed the sluice box, so she did participate in all those things. I think she had a good time doing that. I
Mhm.
don't know if it's going to be something like her latest and greatest hobby that she's going to, do all the time like I do.
well, that might
Um,
work out for her if it does happen. That
That may
might
work
be
out better.
right.
yeah,
You know,
you know what? Hey,
Did you give her the vial of gold? Say, no, this is all yours. Take it.
no, I didn't take any of the gold home. Yeah, I sent them
Give
home
it
with the
all to
coin.
her.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh
there you go. And
yeah. So she's definitely interested in seeing what the damage was. I mean, I
uh-huh.
told her before we went there, I took her to the absolute worst case scenario. So the property we went to has hundreds of 20-foot tall tailings piles from the 1800s.
Right.
The evidence of the hydraulic mining is apparent. And then, like I said, you had it's been a club property for 40 years. So
right,
we're out there digging all kinds of holes and high banking and dredging. And so, like, literally, the condition of the land at our club lease is the worst that you'll ever see it. So, um, if you're in public land, uh, we're not going to do very much damage as hobbyists out there. I mean, even if you have a high banker, I mean, at the end of the day, what would take you maybe 30 minutes to move your tailings back into a hole and make it look nice
Right.
again? So that's kind of what I told her. I thought the standard for public land should not be based on what kind of equipment you're using. But if I come behind you and I see a Volkswagen sized hole and a bunch of trash, like, you're in trouble. I think everybody agrees that that's not okay.
Right.
And that most of us want to care for the environment, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to go somewhere on public land and find a bunch of trash and holes. It makes me mad.
Well,
So
watch
yeah,
you watch our shows and we always push, we always push clean it up better than what make it look better than when you got
yeah,
there.
leave no
Do your
trace.
reclamation. And
Yeah.
not only do it, if you're doing YouTube videos, show it. Show that
So
you've done that.
say, hey, here's the hole it filled in. I've done that a few times actually. I have. On the
Hey
club
dude,
property, I'm gonna be honest, on the club property, we don't really reclamate that much because it's never been reclamated since 1830. So, like, if
we
it
don't
comes
either on
down to
our club property here in Ohio because
the fly
the reality is,
fishermen ask us not to.
right, the fly
yeah.
fisher, the trout fishermen want the holes there. They know
Yeah,
they're there.
a lot of people say that. The fish like to chill in the bottom of the holes.
I I love that deep hole. I mean, that's what in nature the trout look for the deep spots. Why? Because it's cooler there.
Well, yeah, I mean, there might be something to
They're
that.
out of the they're out
You're
of the
helping the
flow.
fish. You're creating a new spot for them to maybe spawn or
You know,
chill or
and that's something else for the clubs. And this is just something that pops in my head just now. Clubs should be encouraging fly fishermen and fishermen to come onto their property and get them to understand because they're fighting the bigger the main clubs. They're fighting the miners and the outdoors people. Because you're wrecking their habitat. I can't catch a fish to kill. So
well, we don't
uh
have that problem.
no, right. We don't have that problem either, but that as the organizations they get bigger and they forget what it's really about. Um so any the smaller clubs, you get a local fly fishing club or a fly
Yeah,
or just any kind of fisherman to clubs to come onto your property, come onto your claims, check it out.
Yeah.
get working with them. I think that's probably a really good idea for some of these clubs to think about. In Ohio, we do it. The Buckeye chapter does it. We have a local trout
Mohican
club,
Fly Fishing
right?
Association.
They come out during gold rush days. They come out. They're out there fishing while we're prospecting. They're looking
And
for
we're
all
the
those.
only stretch of the river they don't ever um, restock. And some of the
Right.
biggest trout come out of our section of the river.
Interesting.
We got some dredging monsters in our club. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, somebody asked that.
I
Can you
still
dredge
have
there?
to dredge.
Can you
Never
dredge
dredged.
there?
That's
No,
out
Can
there,
you?
Jefferson. That's out there, and I hear you. And you deal with a lot of Indian fisheries, barking and stuff, being a mouthpiece for politicians and other
Right.
agendas. And our fly fishermen's out west. Oh, I stepped in your dredge hole. Wah! Open
But
your
here's what I'm
eyes.
hoping. My experience with the representative is that in Georgia, if you're on a state park, you don't even think about picking up a rock.
Oh,
There's
well, the same here in
zero,
Ohio. Ohio is the same way.
zero panning, zero digging, zero sluicing, and so that would be in her jurisdiction. So I mean, maybe she'll go open up, the state parks to
Hey,
handle.
Maybe
well,
state
even if they open up,
forests.
Yeah,
maybe if they open up the state park to hands and pans, that would be at least a step in the right direction, right?
Or
at
even
least, yeah,
start
at
smaller
least, yeah,
state forests, hands and
Right?
pans. Because you
yeah.
can
Sure.
already do stuff in the national forest down there.
Yeah, this one makes no sense. And she was actually pretty confused about that. So I told her how in the Uwharrie National Forest in North Carolina, you go to their
Uh-huh.
website, it says you can use sluice boxes all day. I think it says small sluice boxes, but in Georgia, the National Forest, no sluice boxes. And so that was kind of baffling to her. Like, well, why? It's a national forest is a national forest. It's the Forest Service. Why would one be different than the other? So I don't know if state legislation has anything to do with what's allowed in our national forest,
No,
but I think it does.
Uh-uh.
I don't know. I'm
no,
not.
No,
it's.
just the state forests and state parks.
But the
Okay.
difference is out west is uh, they they call the state national forests east of the Mississippi acquired land, so it's not claimable. You can't
Is that what
file
it is?
claims on it.
No, nope. We don't have claims.
But uh, different national forests have different rules. Like Wayne
Yeah.
National Forest, you can hands and pans. That's it. No sluices, just hands and pans, much like a
That's
couple
strange.
of Indiana state forests.
Yeah.
Other than that, if we have on navigable waters,
Hmm.
the property isn't owned by an individual; it's state land. So as long as we have legal egress and egress, we can work in it. Now, a creek, on the other hand, if it's non-navigable, I'm sure I butchered that. Um,
No.
the property owner owns the land under the water, but not the water. So you could kayak down it, but once you step off, you're trespassing.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think here is a little bit different to a certain extent. So we have some navigable waterways. I don't know what the definition is. I mean, how big of a boat do you have to get up and down it? But we've got some rivers.
That's the sticky part. It's supposed to be commercial,
Yeah, no, we don't really
but
have
but
it.
You should be able
but
to Google it and search for navigable waterways.
Pretty sure we don't have any. Maybe the Chattahoochee becomes navigable after a certain point, but most of the rivers, the property owner owns to the middle of the stream.
right,
Right.
same here.
But we have kayakers that are kayaking through people's property all the time.
Well,
So-
they're
Because
not
they don't have
stepping
water.
out. The water's the state.
Yeah. So if I had a dredge and I was floating my dredge down the river on private property, I could theoretically dredge there as long as I don't get on their land, right?
No, you're
but
sucking
you're
up
sucking
their
up their land.
ground.
Oh, because
Oh,
they're
I'm taking your
underground.
gold. I'm returning your gravels, mister. I'm keeping your lead and mercury
I'm
and stuff
keeping
and
your valuables.
gold.
Hey, your rocks were really dirty, man. I just couldn't resist washing
I'm just watching them.
Had to clean them up, feed the fish, new breeding grounds.
Yeah.
You know.
Stir
Don't
up the
mind
mud.
me. I'm wearing an orange vest. It's legal.
Every state, there's your basic, federal laws. We have the right to mine, but the states have the right to regulate.
Yeah.
So that's why every state's different. What I say holds true for where I'm at.
Yeah.
In other states, their reasons and their regulations have to do with, like anywhere else, who's in power at the time, right?
Yeah.
Who cries the loudest and who's in power.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Now, full of gold, he's an Aussie prospector. Can you dredge in Georgia still?
Yeah, so you can dredge on private property with permission from the owner, and I think the max size is 5-inch. Yeah, only on private property. A lot of people do it. One of our leases for our club is pretty much only for dredging. There's really not smaller creeks for you to dig in or anything. It's just the Tesnatee River, and most of the people that go to that lease, that's all they do is dredge. Whereas where I'm at, the river's not as good for dredging. It's deeper and more silty where we're at, and then the creeks are, you could float a dredge in a creek by building a dam, but we have a pretty small creek.
Right.
So yeah,
Kind of what we're dealing with.
The other property.
That's kind of what we deal with up here. You gotta, jam yourself up a spot to put a dredge in, or you get a small dredge.
Yeah. But if I ever get into the dredging, I'm not even going to think about getting a dredge unless it's at least 4 inches and has an air supply. So
2 inches has its purpose, and 3, but 4 inches nice.
Yeah,
I miss my 4-inch.
Yeah, I want a 4-inch. I would definitely get a 4-inch. I'm not going to spend $3,000 on a fancy new 2-inch. When I can get a 4-inch for $6,000, might as well save up till you can buy the $6,000 one. Honestly, that's just my opinion. But I'm kind of glad that I do not have a high banker or a dredge. The reason being is it forced me to learn how to prospect and how to pan. So a lot of the people
in
the club,
you got to know how to pan.
Yeah, they go right out. They buy a nice big old dredge or a high banker, and they never really learn to pan. And a lot of people in clubs, they'll set their high banker up just next to one spot where there's a pile of dirt, or they don't really prospect as much. So the guy with the high banker just focuses on volume as opposed to finding where the good spec counts are. And so by working with just a pan and machine sluice, I think it's kind of forced me to learn how to prospect a little bit, quicker.
Sure. Oh yeah, that's. And I've told the story before, but I've seen people that will jump right in 2 feet, all their money, put a bunch of money into it, get out there and do it one day, and they're done. They want to sell their equipment right away.
Yeah, like that guy with that beautiful high banker at the Swank. And when I worked at Pastry Enterprises in Sedro-Woolley, Washington, and Burlington, Washington, we'd have guys come in Oh, I found some gold. I want to order a 4-inch dredge. Can you get the Keen 4-inch triple stage? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, how long have you been mining? Oh, I just started and I just learned how to pan and I found some. I'm gonna get rich. You might want to just work on panning more and maybe sluice. Oh, no, 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 no. I want a dredge or I'll go somewhere else. Can you get it? Sure, sure. 3 months later, can you buy my dredge back? I didn't know it was that much work or, you
Yeah,
know.
no. I like doing it the way I do it because I can go into the woods with everything I need in my backpack and just take a shovel with me. I got all the pans I need, sluice box. I don't have to set up any pumps. I don't have to have hose. And, you know, it's just so much more
There's
simple.
a
And I feel like
time
I
for
get the same
every
amount of
tool,
enjoyment.
Right. You
Aaron.
know, right.
There's a time
You,
for
you go
every
out
tool.
True. This
to
is
go
this
out
is true.
and go out and spend a ton of money on equipment that you know is what you're going to wind up needing, so you might as well go ahead and get it, right?
I feel you
But
on
yet
that.
you don't
I
know
feel
what you're doing, you haven't done it before, and you spend that kind of money and realize, wow, this is a lot of work. You
Don't get me
know,
wrong. If I had 20 grand sitting around right now, I would go out. I would buy like the sickest high banker you can get and a 4-inch dredge with like the best line and all that. But you gotta have
well,
priorities.
here's what I've always been told too: a fool and his money will soon be parted.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, if I had
But
the money where I
but
wouldn't get it from my accountant, I'd buy a 4-inch dredge again.
well, yeah, that's because you have
But
the
it
knowledge
wouldn't
now.
be
You
like
have
Franken dredge, that
no.
beast.
What I'm
Oh my
saying is, you
God.
don't jump in and spend that kind of money, not even knowing what it's about yet.
No, true.
Yeah.
And I
Most people never
personally have
get rich.
seen
Yeah.
people do it. I've sold
Right.
dredges to people that wouldn't take suggestions or advice. And no, we won't buy it back, but we'll take it on consignment. Here's our percentage.
I'd say, yeah, sure. I'll buy your 4-inch back from you for $500.
What?
Yeah.
Hey,
But
man,
Hey,
no,
it's
I just
worse than a
hey,
car.
I just think
as
that
soon as you
you
drive it
just
off the
need
lot.
to start slow,
Yeah,
learn first.
yeah.
I
I
always
feel like
push
I've done
people
that.
join a club.
So yeah, I mean, if you think you're going to get rich and you go out and
Yeah,
spend money on the dredge or a high banker, I hope that you live in Alaska. Because if you don't live in Alaska or California, you're probably wasting
but
your money
oh,
if you think you're going to get rich.
yeah, but you got to remember too. Even if you go to Alaska, dude, the cost of living there is so high.
In facts, they
The cost of living there so high. What a day's wages here is like nothing there. A
yeah.
cup of coffee, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
so they got to get several grams a day to live off of.
just to live off of.
Yeah, that's
Or
several grams of profit a day.
yeah,
Right, right.
right.
Yeah,
So that's okay. They find more gold, but they have to
yeah,
because everything else
exactly.
is so high
Yeah.
priced.
So that just gives us the opportunity to go up there on vacations and get gold, and then come back here and have gold fever. But I still haven't done
You're
that yet.
still.
So.
I mean, think about you go up there, it could have cost you 5 to 10 grand
Yeah.
for a vacation minimum, right?
Yep. Yep.
Cheap on the 5 grand, 10 on the okay, a trip. Thomas
Yeah.
could probably give you an exact figure what it runs you up there once you get up there. Brian too, I mean
Yeah.
Thomas because he goes up there on vacation. They go to camps where everything's taken care of, also. But if you're to go up there on your own, dude, that's
Well,
hard living.
You're wilderness camping, man. You're wilderness camping. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, look at Ryan Cordova.
Yeah.
He went up there, him and his buddy, with 5 grand. Boy, it was
Yeah.
rough for him. It was
Left
rough.
Portland, Oregon, went to Alaska, living the dream.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna go. It's definitely on the list for sooner rather than later to go to Alaska, just because I got to see it. I mean, it just looks like it's beautiful up there in the summer. I'm definitely going in the
Gorgeous.
summertime.
Alaska is beautiful. Oh,
Gorgeous
yeah.
up there.
Yeah, not in the wintertime. I'm not going in the heart of winter. That's just not gonna happen.
Dude,
Summer,
it
summer
seems
in
like
Alaska.
the last few years that we've been well for I don't know, for a little while now. We've been knowing Ray. Some of their winters are milder than ours here in Ohio. We've had
Oh,
we've
yeah.
had winters where temperatures
Really?
never got as cold as they did here.
Really?
So yeah,
Yeah.
who knows?
Ohio's gets pretty cold. Yeah. Like I said, I'm from
Yeah, it does.
Missouri, so I'm used to those
Oh, it gets
winters.
cold there too.
Down here, if it gets in the 30s, the water's warmer than the air. So you can go
Yeah,
pan in the creek. Oh,
right.
this feels nice and warm, even though it's 30 degrees outside. The water feels great.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
graveyard saying he's already 2,000 in the hole for this year.
Oh wow, yeah.
He needs to get an ounce this year.
Yep.
Do it, Mitch. Do it. You'll get it.
That's realistic out there. I mean, you guys are getting some fantastic gold in your videos out there in Oregon, and
Sure.
yeah, and I need to go out there. I've been invited, and I need to go to Oregon as well. So that's on the list. I got a lot of places on the list, to be honest.
Oh, you and
PA
me both, buddy.
Yeah.
PA Prospector says, "Hey, bro."
Yeah, talking to you. Yo, Aaron, how are you, bro?
Hey, sorry. I ain't been reading the chat. I've been talking to you guys, and I haven't been paying
That's all
attention.
right.
I've been messing up. What's going on, PA?
Hey, the other Ed. What's up, the other Ed?
Video.
HD.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd like to come do some Ohio Gold sometime as well. So
Sure, give us a heads up, and
Yeah,
we
let
could
us
get you
know,
in
man.
the right direction.
Yeah. Well, I know some Ohio prospectors on Facebook that I communicate with quite regularly.
Yeah.
Mr. Brickner, I chat with him a lot on Facebook. He's up there with you.
Yeah, MVP.
Most vicious, yeah.
Yep. Then Robert Dupaty, a good friend of mine's a real hard-working dredger. He's been doing really good this year so far. That guy's a polar bear, I swear.
Yeah. So what kind of cleanups do you guys get up there? Like if you're lucky and you dredge all day, like what's the most you've ever gotten up there in Ohio?
I wasn't trying to lower the figures that I gave you earlier today. A little earlier. Those numbers I gave you a little earlier.
To be honest, a lot of times I don't even weigh it.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I understand that.
I know Robert's done 1 gram in a day.
That's insanity. I mean, I can't. I mean, people out west
No,
don't
there's
very much, but like
that's
me,
not
1 gram in a day.
impossible. That's not impossible here though. But that's gonna be a day of kick-ass work.
Bobby busts his butt, I have to tell you.
That's gonna be a day of straight up.
Bobby will have his head in a hole all flipping day long. Huh, Bobby? Huh?
Sitting on top of clay.
Oh, false bedrock or bedrock, and our bedrock's a limestone, and so, or we have sandstone. Sandstone don't hold it very good. It works. It's can be rather smooth and it just zips by. But if you hit a good fractured limestone area, there's a
Yeah.
chance.
Well, it's all like broken up, like fossilized pieces of coral and stuff like that. So it's jagged and rough, right? The limestone.
Depends
Does it get real
what
smooth, too?
parts.
It gets real smooth too.
Yeah, I
Uh,
get smooth too.
Huh.
some
There's
Yeah, I've seen
places,
a lot
but
around here.
our sandstone, like the Swank has sandstone bedrock mostly. Then they had an area that had some limestone peeking in, but that's out of the lease now. I got to say something to Wrench Repairs and Prospecting for the super
Hey,
chat.
Rich.
So 1 second.
Thanks for the super chat.
Thanks for the super chat, Wrench.
Hello, MJ IRL.
Hey, we got all kinds of people in the chat that
Yeah, a bunch
I
of weird
see.
people in there. Let me
All
tell you.
kinds of awesome treasure porn pervs, prospectors, and detectors, and
Oh man, Ed. You know we forgot something very important tonight.
uh-oh.
What is it?
We forgot to say hi to our lurkers.
Oh, that we did, and something even more,
We
but
can't.
I haven't seen my son in here yet.
No, but our
But our
lurkers
lurkers are very important. And some of them are real big shots. You'd be surprised, but they don't want to talk, they tell us, because they're afraid they'll take away from the show.
Because all the
which
comments.
which they will.
Which they will. You know, Dan Hurd comes in here, and next thing you know, it's everybody's talking to
Polly.
Dan or
Right, Polly
Paulie
comes in next.
Yeah, I get it.
or
Makes sense.
Clash or that
Yeah.
Mayhem prospecting dude
I was just
or
gonna say the
whatever.
same.
Yeah.
And Dan Zoller, Dredging Sucks, Dan Zoller. You
Okay,
have
don't
not
let-
been lurking, that's for sure, Dan.
Don't let Two Toes come in the chat room, or we might as well just be quiet and watch the chat.
Right.
Yeah.
No, but yeah,
Too soon.
we understand. We understand. We have lurkers, and they're just as important as the people in the chat room.
That's
But
true.
I would prefer they come into the chat room so we can actually chat with them. You know, but
And
Yeah,
when
that's
we're
what's up.
talking about lurkers and interrupting our guests, it's my youngest son's 32nd birthday today. Thank you, Ian Marvin, Retro Radical, for making me feel even older. Love you, son. But yeah.
hello, Veronica Taylor.
Two brothers.
You didn't say hi to her earlier.
Now, I want to know if your mom's still in the room. She was in here
Yeah,
earlier.
I just said hi to her.
Yeah, no, she's right
She just
there.
said hi. Hey, Jason.
She's right there. I see her.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Hello.
And she says, "Yep."
Welcome, Veronica.
Yeah. I'm surprised she's not
So
asleep
you-
at 9 o'clock.
So how long ago did you start? I don't know.
15 months. My first piece of gold.
15
was-
months. Oh, cool. You are a rookie.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about your name, rookie prospector.
Yeah.
How long you plan on carrying that name? Because you can't call yourself a rookie
I don't
forever.
think I'm ever going to change it. You know, a lot of people have asked me about that, but I mean, so it's my second year, so I'm not technically a rookie in a strict sense, but a lot of people are getting into the hobby through watching my channel and becoming rookie gold prospectors themselves, and then learning and deciding to go out and try it for the first time. So I'm not the only rookie out there, and a lot of people.
Oh no, we definitely know that.
Okay, here's the thing. You said something that I don't know. It kind of gets under my skin, like people calling Lisa's claims, but I understand. I understand both. But now that I know how much you love prospecting now, Aaron.
Yeah.
From your own admission, would you really call it a mere hobby or a lifestyle?
Oh, it's a lifestyle. There's no doubt about that, but it's a hobby. So it's not paying the bills for me. I have a full-time
Yet,
job.
yet.
I'm literally a weekend gold miner, just like the name of the club I'm in. So, but I mean, it's in my blood now. I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I enjoy it. I like the outdoors aspect of it, just as
Right.
much as the gold aspect of it.
The
You know, I get
adventure
exercise.
and yeah.
There's a lot of cool people to meet and learn from. I mean, I went to my first rock hounding event on Sunday. Never done that before. Never thought I would be into rocks in my entire life. But I went out there and I went up there by myself, not knowing any of the people that I was around, and just chatted with total strangers and found some cool rocks and had a good time. And you know, the
Probably even
people,
learned some things too, huh?
I did. I did. You know, I didn't expect I'd be chipping on quartz veins looking for hematite. You know,
Right,
yeah, I'm looking for
right.
gold, but they got this crazy hematite down there called iridescent hematite, and it's like pink and purple and blue and every other color. It's pretty insane, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's all about the people and nature and exercise and a
Right.
little
Well,
bit
you know,
of
that's
shiny yellow metal.
yes. That's the thing that we push to here is the goal is great to find,
Yeah,
but the people and the adventures you have getting to that
100%. The gold
pretty
is at the
goal.
bottom of the list for me. The gold's
Yes.
at the bottom of the list.
Yeah. It used to
And
be at the top. It used to
yeah,
be at the top when I first started
yeah.
started
Now
doing it. Gold
the
was the
knowledge,
thing.
the
That's
history.
what I was after. But
Yeah,
as you get into it, you realize the gold, it's still up there, but it's not the same gold you were looking at before. The
yeah,
gold you were looking at is now at the bottom. The gold you're seeing is the people, the adventures, all that. That's what you see now.
yep.
But I still love the gold.
Oh yeah, I got some gold sitting over here for you guys to look at a
No,
little
you
bit later.
don't.
Yeah, I think so.
Now you did it. Now that I did bring it up, you better show them, or they'll
You
have
All
a
right,
ready
guys.
to do it right
revolt.
now?
David and Bill
You
out
ready
there,
right
get your
now?
gloves on.
So I don't have gloves, but my skin's all oily and this is flower gold, so I'm not gonna touch it too much. But you ready right now?
I'm talking about gloves for themselves. They'll be touching themselves.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I was thinking
yeah.
about getting gloves earlier because if I touch this flower gold with all the oil on my skin, like I'll
They'll
lose it
stick.
forever.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Where's my
That's right,
um
Veronica. Gold porn.
That's
uh
what we call it, Veronica.
all right, let's see. There we go. That is all of my gold that I've ever mined in my entire life, right there.
15 months?
15 months. That's 9 grams. Actually, weighed it right before this was 8.98. So not quite 9 grams, but I mean, you can see the size of the gold is super
Oh yeah.
small. This will be a reference. This button right here is 1 gram. And if you didn't see it, I mean, you guys had Damon from West Coast Gold Prospecting on a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's actually the one that melted this button for me.
Oh,
So
cool.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I sent him some nasty mercury covered gold, and he cleaned it up and melted it into a button for me and made a video.
Nice.
So yeah,
Cool.
you guys should
Cool.
go check out that video. It says from what does it say? From flake to button or something like
Oh,
that. But yeah,
I might have watched that one.
yeah.
My
There
problem
is
is
my
I
one
for
nugget. I got one nugget my entire life. I call it a nugget. The reason being, it doesn't fit in a snuffer bottle.
That's a nugget.
Most people would call it a picker, but it's 0.2. So that I'm calling it a Georgian nugget. So you can see
Well,
all
that's
my
about the
pickers.
size of our Ohio nuggets, isn't it, Ed?
Is it?
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Got
About the
quite a few
size
little
of our
pickers
Ohio
in there.
nuggets.
I think the size of a nugget correlates really with where you're from and what kind of gold you find.
Exactly.
Nuggets correlate with the person who found it. If I call it a nugget, it's a nugget.
That's right, Mayhem. There's no gold here, but let me know next time you're our way, buddy. We'll get out.
There you go. There's the gold porn for the day. I don't know. Can you guys see all the mercury mixed in there or not on camera?
Oh, you have amalgam in there too? Should get that out of there.
It's not possible to mine gold here without finding it at any of my spots.
Sure.
So as soon as I get that retort, I'll definitely be cleaning up so we can see that it's actually pretty shiny 23 karat gold.
Oh, all you have is nuggets in Utah, GoPro Unlimited. Don't you lie.
Yeah. But it looks pretty cool. Hey, this is a 6-inch pan, by the way, so it's less gold.
That's
than
not a 10-inch pan?
No, it's a 6-inch pan. Sorry, that's the best I could do.
I told him at
15
least
months,
he
man.
isn't showing it in a 2-inch.
One of the keychain ones.
Yeah.
You could theoretically put this one on a keychain too, but I mean,
dude, I had somebody fooled me like that one time. See, we do a thing called take a bet prospecting, and what we do is veterans. We'll teach them how to prospect and stuff. And we have a bucket here that's got a bunch of gold in it that we use for demos. So after one, and we usually I'll take a scoop out and give it to the veteran, take home, right, to practice.
Yeah.
So he goes home, he practices with it, then he takes a picture of it, right? Now, I didn't realize that he used one of those little keychain pans, and he had the gold in there. And when he showed me the picture, I go, "Whoa, wait a minute!
No way,
Ed, did I give him too much?
I give way too much. I anticipate maybe around a gram or so. I don't have a problem there.
So, all right, let me ask you guys: am I jeopardizing my safety by holding this picker that's covered with mercury?
Personally, here's what I'm going to tell you. Yes, it's poisonous.
Yeah,
but I've had more.
All right, I figure like if I'm just touching a piece of amalgam,
dude. See, I told you how old I was in school. We played with mercury on our desk, rolling around.
We played with it on the sidewalk.
Yeah, rolling around and stuff in science class. It showed us how dense mercury was by putting, just putting everything on it and hold it up, right?
Yeah.
So and we poke our finger into it and play with it, splashing around in there. And this is in class. So is it dangerous? Must be. Look at me.
Yeah, no doubt, huh?
It's dangerous. Don't do this at home.
Yeah, but it's poisonous. Definitely don't eat it.
Don't let the fumes get to you. Lose your teeth,
don't
go mad. Too much eventually will.
Right,
but if you eat fish out of the rivers down there, you're consuming mercury already. So.
Well, gee, but hang on, Ed. I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Lodak.
What?
He lost his uncle today.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Mr. Lodak, and that's totally understandable, buddy.
Man. Okay.
Yeah. So am I doing good on the shooting this porn video?
I think GoPro Unlimited already relieved himself.
I don't know. They still haven't made any comments here in a while. They must be busy.
But look at that flower, man. That's just some flower.
That's what we get here, without a doubt.
GoPro Unlimited said twice.
that's messed up.
Hey,
Oh
Tin
man.
Man.
Tin
All
Man,
right.
what's up?
Should I flip the camera back?
Yes,
All right, I'll flip the camera back.
getting steamy in here.
Right. Whew. Now I'm getting warm. I might have to take off this coat. My studio is pretty cool. But now I'm kind of warm. You all get your fix?
That's the best I can do.
That's good,
Like I
man.
said,
We'll have to
that's
have him on in another year or two, and he'll have more for you.
yeah, that's every spec that I've ever mined. I put it all in one jar just for you guys. I did have it in two jars, like a 2022 and a 2023, but I was just like, forget it. I'm just putting it in one jar.
Hey, I'm sure every one of us out here have done that too. When you first get started, I saved. This is my first trip with my 10 pieces of gold in it. This is another vial from another trip, and I went here and got 20
Yeah.
pieces. And then after a
Oh,
while, I'm looking at it going,
I
this is ridiculous.
I was like that for my first 10 years, probably. I was like some guys you see, which they know they have a vial for every place,
Right.
Wait a
then
second.
classify and this and that. Now all my gold just goes together and I sell it.
So
Yeah.
if
It's
you were to look at it, well, you still got all your gold, so you know what it all looks like. Can you identify a specific piece of gold that you found and where you found it just by looking at it?
no, I mean I do well, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you guys exactly where I found it, but you know,
Sure.
there's a few pieces I recognize that I can say for sure where they came from.
What was
Most
the
of my pictures,
coordinates?
the coordinates, I'll put them in the chat right now.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
No, sir.
No Tellum Creek, 0553218 north.
I will
But
tell you one thing. Out of all my pickers, probably 90% of them came from the club property from one little gully that I call Picker Gully. And
nice.
it's not done. It's not done. There's more pickers there. So if you join the club, I'll show you where Picker Gully is if you want to get some of these little pickers like I got.
You know, I tried contacting weekend prospectors to see if I could sublet part of a lease for Flash Bash. Never heard from them.
For Flash Bash.
Yes.
So I'm not sure how that would work because I know like waivers are involved and that kind of thing. I can bring a guest with me, but obviously they're not going to let me bring a whole, bunch of people. I'm not sure if they will let you do that or not. And my guess is they probably wouldn't. And the reason is because people have permanent campsites. It's $10 more a month to have a permanent campsite. So people will
Right.
have their campers up there. Everything's under lock and key as far as getting on the property, but people
Right.
have their dredges, they have their high bankers, their hoses, that kind of stuff there
Right.
on site. And I don't think they would probably want to have, some other
Well,
people
when I
come there.
didn't hear back from them, that's pretty much what I thought,
Yeah.
Hey, it's a YouTuber wanting to have an event. I could actually hold them talking to the right people at like Vane Mountain, Georgia, or I mean Vane Mountain, North Carolina, or
Yeah.
Lode Mine, Cleveland, Georgia. So
Yeah. Well, I do have a spot up here that is a public park where there's bathrooms and
Yeah, we
shelters
need
where you
private.
can grill and a creek right there that is loaded with gold. So depending on how many people would be in your flash bash, I could probably help you set that up at a public park. All we got to do is
We,
reserve
we,
a shelter.
we usually reserve our event for about 25 campsites.
Oh, okay. You guys are
yeah,
doing
we
like that.
keep it fairly small.
Well,
Uh,
25 people camping is a lot.
it's probably
Flash
we
Bash wants to be bigger.
25 camps with
Yeah.
either a
At least two.
prospecting partners, you know, some come by themselves, but usually it's one and their partner or a family. So
Yeah.
we keep it, there's,
We consider that spa.
you
Yeah.
know, we want it so we could end up talking to everybody and
Yeah.
have a good time. Unlike some events where you have 350 people or 500 like
Yeah.
Dickstock or something.
Well, I mean, I can always talk to the board. There's a meeting this weekend, which I usually don't go to the meetings. I just go dig. But I could ask some people and see. Like I said, I'm sure they would want waivers to be signed and all that kind of stuff. But
Well, that's a must type thing. You
yeah,
know, I pretty much when you buy the ticket, it's kind of like a lift ticket type thing. When you
yeah,
reserve your spot and get in on it, you agree to the terms and conditions. Because so far, we've rented out a private campground
uh,
and we kind of like sublease a lease from our club, the Ohio State Prospectors Association.
yeah, yeah,
Speaking of the
yeah.
devil, Joe, how you doing, Joe? MVP is in the house. You know me as well. Sorry, reading some of the room.
Yeah, I haven't read it in a while. Sorry, everyone.
Willie,
Here we go.
Ohio
Willie
Relic
signing
Hunter
off.
gave out your coordinates, so
yeah, there it is. There's the coordinates, everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
Coordinates to Bill's No Tell 'em Creek. I don't know. I'm tempted to copy it and see where he's sending you. Timbuktu or something.
See, Ed says, HD Shovel Ed said that he has some of my gold. I don't think it would count as my gold. If I never panned it out to see what was in it, that doesn't count, right? It was never mine.
you sell pay dirt?
No, I don't, but I have a Patreon page, and so I give them out as a reward. And Mr.
Cool.
HD Shovel Ed is one of my loyal, valued patrons, and he's won a few times. So but yeah, I don't put any of the gold that I've mined in my pay dirt.
Of course, you know he's not gonna pan that out for another year or two. So if
He's
he
not.
does.
He's
No,
got a
he
couple
don't.
of them saved up. He said he's
Oh,
gonna make
he's.
a video.
I don't know if he's ever paying any of that stuff that them bags he's got. I seen him one of his videos where he shows all the bags that he's got. I don't
I seen him
ever
painting
see.
pay dirt on his videos.
Well,
No,
that's
he does.
possible too.
He pans out some pay dirt on his videos, but I just haven't seen him pan out the ones that I've given.
So, Ed, am I right? You still have all those bags, or did you pan them out finally?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard telling with HD, Jesse.
I know. I said like the last video I saw, you were just showing all the bags. I got this bag. I got some of these bags.
It's probably like JP Lonzimore. I think he has
Yeah,
like
right.
150,000 gold bags laying around.
Oh my God.
Well, really not that many, but a lot. A lot.
He said not all of them. Not all of them.
Yeah, and he'll never get to the end because he'll acquire some more from here or there or somewhere else.
Hey, Really Shiny Gold said somebody does this full time. Who's a full time
You,
miner?
you.
Yeah. Me?
And I told him in the chat, weekend prospector Willie.
Yeah. I'm a
but
weekend prospector. Yeah. I got a day job Monday through Friday. Saturday hits, up in the mountains. And by the way, I do have a little bit of a drive. I don't live right next to the gold, the closest gold to me is 45 minutes, but my better spots are like an hour 15. And
Yeah.
I get up in the morning. I usually don't camp. So I'll drive an hour 15 early in the morning, then drive home at night, and then get up Sunday morning and drive another hour 15. So
Well, I tell you what, it's no different out in California.
yeah.
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 Or
It's no
Washington. Well,
Right,
I
it's
guess it
like
depends where you live.
right. Well,
I had
unless you're
I had golden salmon in the creek ran through my backyard in Washington. So.
or your property has a nice creek running through it that used to be mined by the 49ers back in the day. That's a nice one to have.
All right.
Not too many
But
of
yeah,
those though.
yeah. They say there's gold. One person told me that there's gold here where I live. I live in Athens, where the University of Georgia is. But I'm not so sure. And I haven't even checked to see if there's gold where I live yet. Reason is because I kind of trust those old timers maps. You know, I can pull up a map and it shows basically where every single mine ever was.
Right.
And so I just kind of go to those places. But one of these days I'm going to check here by the house and see if I can find something. But I'm not
Well, now
expecting.
you got to remember those mines that those guys and most maps those mines were what they considered commercially viable, where they could dig them. There's
Yeah.
places where they probably checked, and there wasn't quite enough gold for them to go. We're not going to set up here. Doesn't mean there wasn't gold there.
Yeah, you're
It
right.
just
I need to go
wasn't
check it
enough
out.
for them to put an operation in.
I need to go
So
check it out. And
yes, you need to go check those places out.
the geology makes you think there would be gold because all of the bedrock here is either igneous or metamorphic, and there's quartz
Uh,
everywhere and mica everywhere. So, and we got that famous Georgia red clay, right? Well, why is it red? It's 'cause it's loaded with
Right.
iron.
Oh,
You
and
know,
your
so
mother grew up in Northern California. What part, Veronica? Beautiful country up in Northern Cal.
I
So
think she
is your
lives
mom going out with you?
a couple times.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little too fast for old ladies. I don't know. But yeah,
That's what she said.
she
I
came with
resemble
me.
that remark.
She was with me when I went out with that state representative. It's because I did not want to be by myself with
That was
some
smart.
women that I don't know.
That was smart.
Right.
Yeah.
She goes, "Hey, rookie,
Uh,
gonna get you in trouble, young man."
no. Yeah. Let's see. Who else is in the chat today that I haven't said hi to? Probably a lot of people.
Oh, a few. 30
we got
awesome people at this particular moment.
we got Brad Walsh in there from Australia going, working away, just dreaming of the yellow stuff.
Yeah, he's talking to.
Oh, there you go. Speaking of dreaming of the yellow stuff, when when you first started finding wild gold,
Uh-huh.
did you start having dreams and just thinking about gold all the time?
Start having dreams and thinking about it. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say I had dreams, but I mean, I got that thirst for knowledge and that obsession of if I'm on the couch, I'm trying to find out more about gold prospecting. I'm trying to learn more about geology. I'm trying to, just soak in everything that I can because, I mean, I'm fascinated by it. I'm not fascinated by the gold alone. The history and the geology of this area itself is fascinating. So, like, even if I never got out a pan or a sluice box, there's still so much to look at and learn here. And, but yeah, I think about gold every day quite a bit. So, but I
Yeah,
can't really say I've
that
had
happens.
a dream, not like an actual dream where, you know,
Well, I was having dreams about gold, but it wasn't dreams about gold, but there was always gold in the dream.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
gold
saying?
related. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
something. There was always something gold in there.
That's better
It
than
was,
dreaming about work. That's definitely
well,
better than
yeah.
dreaming about work. So I can't be mad at that.
At work, I dream about getting out of there.
Exactly. No, but yeah, so the other thing I kind of wanted to mention a little bit was, I mean, we talked about the state representative, but also the Forest Service.
Uh huh.
I don't know if you guys are aware, but if I went to the National Forest right now and recorded myself doing a pan, I could get 6 months in federal prison.
What?
It's legal for me to go pan in the National Forest, but as soon as I pull out my cell phone and hit record, I'm committing a crime. They can send me
You
to
Wait,
can
prison.
get permits for that, and they're working on changing that.
That's
wait.
what I'm saying. I'm hoping they're
So
changing it.
is
I'm hoping, but it's unconstitutional
If you record for commercial use,
for commercial use. And
and if
so,
you're
I was going to ask
monetized,
you.
it's commercial. Are you
Oh,
monetized?
yeah,
Okay, well,
it's for commercial use. Okay. I was going to say, you trying to tell me you can't take video of you walking around the woods?
no.
if you have a
But I
monetized
understand what you're
video,
talking about. Commercial.
Yeah, anything
I
by the U.S. Forest Service, MJ.
asked them and they told me I needed a permit, $150 a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a dumb law, Willie. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, it's been on the books a while, but rarely enforced. But
Yeah.
a lot of people watch YouTube, and then a lot of people are filming, and then they say,
Well,
okay, we make
let's look
big
at
production companies do it. Now we need to. But
Yeah,
I've
they're
heard
trying to make it
stuff.
fair. It's
I've
not
heard
fair.
stuff about they might change it. I kind of doubt it because it
Well,
is a revenue source for them.
well, I can kind of give an update on that. It's actually so somebody's challenging the law, and that particular person, his name's Gordon Price. He made a film and filmed just a couple scenes of it in a national park, and they charged him. So he took him to court to overturn the law. He won. Then the federal government appealed it, and then the federal government won. And then they tried to appeal it again and lost. And now it's at the Supreme Court, in front of the Supreme Court, and it's called Price v. Garland. They just had a conference on it on the 28th of April. So I've been following that trial. It'd be real interesting to see what happens.
are they
It,
are they videoing it? Are they showing it?
I don't think the Supreme Court allows videotape
Oh
in
no, the
court.
Supreme Court don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's already
But they
made
do
to
allow
do that.
audio.
They may,
They
yeah,
allow
I'm not
audio.
100% sure, but yeah, it's made it all the way through all of the steps. Everybody's filed their responses and everything, and now it's up to the Supreme Court to decide if they want to uphold the lower court's ruling or not. So let's hope.
Willie says BLM Land 2. I think it has something to do with movies.
Right. They don't want
There's a
they,
lot of filming though on BLM land,
It's
but it
but
any
costs them.
Forest Service or Park Service, is what I
All
know.
about the money. All
yeah,
about the money.
but I don't think BLM would come after you the way that the National Park Service would and monuments would.
Yeah. Well, one channel got their permit exemption. And I don't know if you guys know Sin City Outdoors. They got permission to film now. So they have it explicitly in writing that they don't need a permit anymore. They can film as much as they want.
There you go.
So
So there's a precedence right there.
but
Right.
here's the problem. Here's the problem. So um they the Forest Service, I emailed back and forth, and they said that they are offering exemptions too, but they want to evaluate the content of my speech first. And that is straight up unconstitutional. You cannot decide if you like what I'm saying before
Right.
you tell me whether or not I need a permit.
Right.
And that's what they did. And I have that in writing. They want to evaluate my channel before they tell me if I need a $150 permit. And so that happened right before the lady from the House of Representatives reached out to me. So I thought for sure it was related. I'm like,
It
wait
may
a second.
be.
The Forest Service is looking at my channel, and then all of a sudden the state rep reaches out.
Huh.
So
There could be a connection. There could be
Yeah.
a connection there.
She said there's not. She told me there's no connection.
Well, she's a politician.
I'm a politician.
She's
I'm a politician. I'll never lie to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like, I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
Yeah. I've heard that quote. I think a pretty famous person said that.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan. How many scariest? I forget his quote though.
The most
Most
the
feared.
scariest thing you ever hear.
The most feared 6 words in the English language.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Right.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah, I'm from the government. I'm here to help.
Turn around and run.
Craziest 9 words you ever heard is what it
Is
is.
the quote. Yeah.
That it is, Jason. Bull.
Fucky.
Yeah.
Fucky.
So, anything else that?
Well, so you did mention that since you've got started doing this, you've gotten into rock hounding. You went rock hounding.
I did go. I did go, and I enjoyed myself. That's about
good.
as far as I can say. I'm not going to say I'm a rock hound yet. I'm not there yet.
Well, no,
I might get
that
there,
comes with time.
maybe.
How about anything else? Any other type of treasure hunting? Because we our channel is about treasure hunting.
Yeah.
We're gold prospectors, but we metal detect, we bottle dump dig, we magnet fish.
Yeah.
You know, so
Auctions.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I like the relics too. You know, like I said, our club lease, they've been mining there since 1830, right? And it's Cherokee land. So, yeah, I found some cool stuff. I found some. You want me to grab a couple little things real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Let me see if I can
Little after porn, after gold porn.
Yeah.
Treasure porn after the gold porn,
right? Right. Hey. Best of both worlds.
Oh no, here comes the revenue.
Well, I don't see my Prince Albert can, but I have a Prince Albert can. But this is the most recent find right here. So,
ooh, pottery! I saw that video.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are experts on being able to tell, but I think the consensus is salt glazed and definitely 1800s. But yeah.
Nice. It was an odd place where you found it too.
You know, like I didn't where you saw me pick it up in the video is not where it came out of the bank.
Okay.
Yeah, it was on my shovel. Like I'm literally digging the top of bedrock.
What is that?
And then I pulled my shovel out to put it into the classifier, and there's this piece of pottery in my shovel.
That's still a killer find, you know.
Yeah, and I thought for sure I was gonna find like more pieces, but I didn't. So, but yeah, I thought it was cool. Yeah, and I found Prince Albert can. Obviously square nails, a lot of square nails. Trying to think what else I found that was crazy. Oh, I found the valve wheel from I'm assuming it was from the hydraulic mining, but it was old from the 1800s for sure. It was pitted iron, and you know, and it had a little arrow on it that says open. So I mean, I know it was a valve thing, but man, that was pretty cool. I left it there because it belongs with the property because it was used there during mining there, and so I left it there. I'm like, what else? What am I going to do with this big piece of iron anyway. Like I don't need more stuff laying around the house, you know. So
Decoration.
yeah. But I enjoy that part of it too. It's pretty cool. You know, I mean, this right here actually helped me with mining, right? I'm thinking that, you know, the top couple feet is modern tailings from club people. And then right on top of bedrock is ancient river. So I'm thinking, you know, how heavily was this exact spot work? Well, I found this on top of bedrock. So that means it's not virgin. So
Right.
it was actually helpful information. So no more illusions of virgin ground.
Now, do you ever come across any native artifacts? Robert Dupati, besides being uh, uh, a kick-ass dredger and prospector, he's quite the arrowhead hunter too. He was asked earlier, find any arrowheads.
Oh, okay, yeah. So me personally, I have not found arrowheads. That was my grandfather's passion. That's what he did, you know, whenever he had time, is he went out and looked for arrowheads, and then he had learned how to nap. And so he would make a replica of every arrowhead that he found and then give the
Cool.
original to the Archaeological Society.
Oh, cool.
I haven't found any arrowheads yet here, but I'm
You
sure I
will.
will. But there are beech trees that have symbols carved into them. So that's a Native American artifact, right? You know, a 300-year-old beech tree with symbols on it. So,
If you
but no, there
dig
was.
around
No,
them, you
no, you know
might
what?
find
That's
a
not true.
cache.
I was up in North Carolina with Lost River Gold and Gems Mining. I don't know if you guys have seen his channel. But I was up there in North Carolina digging with him, and he found like a nice scraper and like some shards and stuff. But here in Georgia, I haven't found any yet.
Yeah, I know who
But
Lost Rivers and Jim is.
yeah, yeah.
Check out Terry Carter's channel on YouTube. He
Whose channel?
does Terry Carter. He has a series on. He has a series on Indian symbols.
Yeah, yeah. I actually got
Uh,
booked
There you
from his.
go. Research, research, research.
right. Where
Yeah,
in his videos he goes out and shows you um yeah, shows you what a lot of the markings, especially on the trees, what they look like now compared to when they were actually made. Right.
yeah. So this supposedly tells you. Hey, you want me? Can I talk about the history just a little bit real
Yeah,
quick? I
yeah,
found something
sure.
Absolutely.
crazy
Absolutely.
about
Dude,
that.
whatever you want to talk about.
So obviously this was Cherokee land, right?
Right.
And so the property that our club has is actually owned by the same exact family that mined it originally in the early 1800s. Same exact family owns it today, and we lease it from them. But I started looking into, well, what was going on with the gold mining before 1828, because there were no Europeans here mining gold before
Right.
1828. It was just the Cherokee. So I go looking into the history, and apparently the head Cherokee chief, he was a rich plantation owner, slave owning plantation owner. At the same time, he was running the Cherokee tribe. And that just, it totally blew my mind. I'm like, wait a second. The guy, it just blew my mind that the person who was running the Cherokee was a plantation owner. So I found, and this book right here, actually, the whole purpose of this book is his supposed lost treasure is here in Georgia, you know, because we came in and we had the land lottery and the Trail of Tears. So they pushed all the Cherokee off their land, and you know, they handed out plots to the different settlers. And whenever that happened, the Cherokee are like, well, what are we going to do with all this gold? And so they hid a bunch of gold around, and That's what this book is about. The symbols are about. So
Ah.
somebody recommended it. So I'm looking
MJ,
into it.
MJ wants to know if you're talking about John Ross.
No, James Van. James Van is
Van?
the chief that I'm talking about. His house is still standing in Cherokee County, Georgia. I'm gonna go check it out. But yeah, the guy's name is James Van, and this book is about James Van's lost treasure. So, and the area that he was in is the same area where I'm in now, Auraria, Georgia. So yeah, there's a good chance. There's something up here. So treasure wise, I know there's treasure here, but whether you want to make that your life's work to find Cherokee treasure.
Right.
MJ said John Ross was a Cherokee chief and his wife was Betsy Ross. His wife made the first American flag.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know who Betsy Ross is, the 13 star flag. But I didn't know the connection with the Native Americans. So
he
was chief during Andrew Jackson's term.
Yeah.
It was probably Andrew Jackson that put him on the Trail of Tears.
Yeah, it definitely was Andrew Jackson. But yeah, it said, well, actually it's in this book too, that James Van was like, he said he used to kill people for fun, and he was like a real hardcore alcoholic, and he got murdered, and it was a pretty cool little book. So first book I've read in a long
Interesting.
time. Yeah, I normally get my news and history off the internet, but I actually pulled out some pieces of
real
paper.
book.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
A real book.
Books are still a thing. They exist.
They should. But even before that, the Aztecs were coming up and mining for gold up here. The Spaniards were coming up.
Yeah,
before that. And Terry Carter talks a lot about the gold mining from the Spaniards. Basically, that's his main thing on his channel. But like I said, he has a series on Native American symbols, what to look for on the trees, today's trees that were actually carved hundreds of years ago, what they might look like now. It's pretty interesting stuff. Plus, he's
really, really scarred over. I'm definitely going to go check that out because, like I said, we got those 300-year-old beech trees around here. So, yeah, I mean that'd be really cool to see what all that stuff means.
So, one of the other things that we like to turn people onto, and I don't know if you know who they are, but GoldProspectorsSpace.com. It's
like a forum. It's more like MySpace, but for treasure hunters and gold prospectors.
GoldProspectorsSpace.com.
Yes, right. It's all one word, 2 S's. ProspectorsSpace.com.
Plural.
Right. Jaron just put it in the chat room. He put the link. Ed just put the link in the chat.
Nice, thank you.
But that is a excellent place for rookies, for people just learning, because they had on that website, our buddy Tim there has tabs on there where you can learn how to build equipment. You can go in the chat room, ask questions. You can go in the chat room most any time during the day. There'll be somebody in there that you can ask a question. Nobody in there. There's tabs on the main page that will take you to, general topics. You can ask a question there, find an answer there. There's just a lot of places. And if you're just learning prospecting and that, it's a really good place for information. So if you get a chance, you think about it, go over to GoldProspectorsSpace.com. Join up, it's free. Tell them when they say who sent you, tell them Flash in Your Pants sent you, and
also, a lot of times at night or after their radio show on Wednesdays and Sundays, there'll be a Zoom link in the chat. Hold on. Oh,
Oh, it fell.
you fell over.
right.
At least your gold pan didn't.
All right, I got something I want to show you as well. I'll be right back.
Okay. Do.
I got some arrowheads I can show you guys.
Oh, arrowhead porn.
Yeah, I have some, but I haven't found any myself. So,
Hey, Benzo. What's up, Benzo?
Benzo bro.
my camera is all jacked now. All right. So, let's see if I can open
Was that a
this
My
thing.
Pillow?
I don't know how to open this thing, but anyway,
You
I got
pull
some
the
arrowheads.
pins out and pops right up.
Yeah, somebody sent these to me. And so there's some pretty cool ones in there. So let's see. That arrowhead porn, yep. So yeah, this is, I mean, we definitely don't have quartz points where I'm from in Missouri because it's the Midwest. So, but yeah, this is all quartz. The quartz ones, they look different, right? They don't have that same napped look as
Well, it's a lot harder than
well, like
flint
these.
and chert. That looks like chert.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is fan mail. So that
Oh,
was
cool.
awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
dude. And I got all kinds. They sent me all kinds of stuff, like a map of Georgia gold. Dude sent me I got this right here, preliminary report on the
Oh,
gold deposits in
nice.
Georgia
Nice.
from
Looks like a
1897.
that looks like
Nice.
a
There's
Geologic
that's a
notes in there.
valuable
notes and
book.
everything.
Yeah, dude, I got hooked up. Look at this. Dude even gave me like his actual notes.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, because isn't able to get out and prospect themselves anymore, and
That's
so
cool.
yeah, they're just sharing their cool stuff and their knowledge with me. I mean, the knowledge people have shared is amazing. It's really cool. The people in the community, they want you to be successful, and so they,
Right. Right.
it's been awesome.
It's well, look, it's a different time too.
Yeah.
Back during the gold rush, it was a time of feast or famine, right?
Yeah.
You either made it or you died, or you didn't make it.
Yeah.
Today's miners aren't like that. It's not about feast or famine for us. It's
No.
about getting out. It's about the lifestyle, not necessarily the riches. So that's the difference. Although with today's gold prices, we should be working as hard as they are.
Yeah.
Realistically, I don't know what gold is at today. I know it's still up over.
I don't know the current gold prices. I'm not selling any gold at the moment.
$63 a gram is what it is. $63 and like 40 cents a gram.
Yeah.
But
I mix it almost over 19 still.
Mr. Lodak, what is
dude.
today's current gold prices?
$2,017.
There you go. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And I still think it's undervalued, to be honest.
Today's
it's
gold
way
price.
undervalued.
Yeah.
It's way undervalued. It's artificially held down by the government.
Silver's the same way. Silver's even more undervalued, I think. What's silver right now?
Silver 25.30.
That doesn't make any sense because I remember like 2009, it was like $45 or 2010.
I know, dude. I made out too because I went to an auction. I went to an auction and bought these big silver trays, sterling silver trays. They had to weigh, I don't know, over a pound each.
Yeah.
Right. And I got them for like $60. I got them for like $60 at an auction for both of them. I don't think I paid that much today. $25 a piece, I think. I
Wow.
turned around, took them right to the pawn shop, dude. I made over $200 on them.
Suckers.
I could have made, I suppose I could have made more if I would have tried to sell it as the sterling silver trays that they were. But hey, I was hurting for money, and I got a real good deal on them. And
Sold it for scrap.
yeah,
Yeah.
sold it for scrap. Why not? I had less into it, so
Buy low, sell high.
yeah, that was
Kind of.
my deal with silver. But I still collect silver. I still buy it when I can at auctions and stuff. You know, I've got some Paul Revere silver candlesticks.
Now that's worth some money right there. That is worth some money.
As a Paul Revere candlestick holder, they're not worth much. They're not. You would think, oh, the name Paul Revere. No, it's just a name, right?
The modern. Now you can actually
It's
get
modern.
one.
It's modern, right?
So it wasn't made by Paul Revere
No,
in 1776.
No,
That's a whole different ballgame. Now we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, I believe the Paul Revere is still a company. So
yes, it's a company. It's like you can buy original Bowie knives, but that's because they're made by the Bowie company, which is actually, but it's the great grandson of Daniel Boone.
And Daniel Boone's from Missouri, my home state.
Yep. But yeah, they sell his knives. You can go. They got a store. Beautiful knives in there too. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Hey, Deej is late. Big time, Deej.
That's okay. She can be. It's Ronald that can't be late.
Right. She can be late. Ronald can't.
Right. That's exactly right. So.
But
yeah. Oh yeah, Dude gave me a whole bunch of rocks too.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
I like rocks.
Rocks and minerals.
Rocks, minerals, gold, silver, antiquities of all types, coins, tokens.
Yeah. Let's see. There's some crazy ones in here. But some huge rutile crystal. Gotta find it. But yeah, I'm starting to like rocks a little bit more, but yeah.
It's kind of funny how that works, you know. It snowballs into so much more.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
You get into geology more.
A little closer.
Yeah. And that's
well, just the fact that you're looking for gold and you know you have to look for certain signs.
Yeah.
That
right.
being,
indicators and all that.
For sure. And none of the rocks that I've found here are in the Midwest. So like it's a whole new thing. Like the bedrock out here is all types of schist and gneiss. And I never even saw those, you know, in the Midwest. Everything's metamorphic or igneous, and it's totally different. And
you've been listening to Jeff Williams a lot.
Yeah, you already know.
How can I tell?
Information.
Well, Jeff Williams, we'll be having him next month.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. No, that's really
He's been our guest before.
Yeah, several times.
He's a lot of fun. Oh yeah.
I feel super famous now. Like I was on the same show as Jeff.
Actually, he'll be with us this month.
Really?
On the 16th.
Dang, he's got to follow me. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he'll be able to match you. I don't know.
Don't be surprised.
I cheated. I joined his Patreon, and so every time I have any kind of question, I ask him, and I got the inside track on the answers because I'm in his Patreon. So.
Well, I was in his Patreon, and I used to be on Patreon, but I'm not no more.
Yeah,
and
Okay, Veronica, we'll see you here
it's a political reason.
that's cool. Hey, you got to vote with your dollars.
Well, you know where a good portion of the money they get from creators go to, don't you?
I do not.
Black Lives Matter and other groups like Antifa and others.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I didn't. I did not know that at all. So appreciate
So
that.
I'm not going
I
to help
appreciate it.
support someone who wants to undermine our government and our country. So that's
I'll
why I
definitely have
pulled
to
reason
out.
look
to it.
into that. I'll definitely have to look into
Hey,
that.
back us.
But usually, what I find is that most of these corporations they'll equally fund both.
Oh, yeah, a lot
Right.
of times,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they
they do.
they they like causing strife.
Yeah.
Veronica, look forward to seeing you here and many more. Hope you can become part of the FlashFam. Hey, we love everybody.
Yeah, don't be surprised if your channel starts growing since you've been on our show.
Yeah, I
There's
hope so. I hope it helps us
People,
both out. That'd be cool.
people
there's
tend to, that happens to a lot of
Subscribe
our stuff.
Star, I think. Subscribe Star, MJ. Or there's Buy Me a Coffee. There's other things, you know. Even PayPal, or I mean, YouTube channel members, you know, it helps.
I
Stony
haven't
Creek.
set up a membership. I don't know. I mean, for the Patreon, for me, I actually spend more on Patreon than I make because I pretty much just take all the monthly
Like us running free
fees
market.
and pump them into the giveaway. So I don't
Right?
make any money. I don't make any money on Patreon.
Night, Benzo.
It's tough, you know, because AdSense don't pay you jack diddly. And so, but
Yeah,
I spend more money to have my channel than I make from
I feel you.
It's- it-
I feel you on that.
the only way you're really gonna make money on YouTube is to be sponsored,
but
either by YouTube or somebody.
but you
So,
know
Yeah,
what,
I got a little
Jesse?
sponsor.
I get something far more valuable to
well,
me
we're talking about money though.
than money. But
Yeah.
money would be nice if it at least broke even or higher.
Yeah, I mean, I had a sponsor reach out to me, and I did a few videos for them, but I mean, it just didn't really seem like it fit too much with. I
What
don't
you
know.
did?
I wasn't super comfortable with it. I mean, it was okay, and I did make a little bit of money on it, but I don't
Yeah,
think I'm. Yeah, I think I might, go a different direction on that.
that's the VPN that you're hooked with.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
mean, they
you
made it
know,
sound like a real sweet deal for sure,
you
but.
could talk to like Chris on Mine, Tammy and Tony, is it?
Hmm.
Or you could talk to, you could be like an ambassador of the Chris on Mine, you know. Never know. Just throwing it out there. You're a
No,
local.
I'm keeping the options open. As long as it's
Gold
something
Hog.
relatable.
You already use Gold Hog. Gold Hog. Talk to Doc, or if he even has anything to do with Gold Hog anymore. I don't know. IPAN for Gold is a Georgia company, which does carry absolutely fabulous pay dirt bags. He's a good friend. He does help once in a while, like for Flash Bash. He'll
Yep.
sponsor pay dirt giveaways and stuff sometime, but I am not an affiliate with them. But Michael's a very good friend of ours, and he does sell. If buy and pay dirt's your thing, I Pan for Gold is way up on the list, in my opinion.
I'll
Along
tell
with
you what, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about making up some pay dirt bags to share with people.
well, some
We'll
do
see.
pretty good. You know, Clash, he does it.
Yeah.
As you know, Jeff William does it for his Patreon. One Mine, all that stuff goes to Patreons, which unfortunately I never got any when I was a patron of his, but I had a sticker on his thing, so did HD Shovelhead. Wonder if it's still there. Is it still there, HD? I haven't seen one of his things lately. I watched quite a
So,
bit of Jeff
just,
Williams too.
I don't want his
Tony-
gold. I want his knowledge.
Oh, he has
Tony
tons
Creek.
of it, and it's free.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Stony Creek Spark Chaser says, yeah, I was. Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong one. Where is
Hey,
he's gonna-
Stony.
He wants to start. He wants to start a only pans page.
There you go. There you
He doesn't know
go.
how.
Start the
Only
website, Stony.
Only pans. Wait, did you say only pans? There's already a
Yeah.
only pans Facebook page right now.
Oh,
No, like an only pans page.
Yeah.
OnlyFans.
Like a actually only pans.
Yeah.
I got you. So like, well, I mean, isn't that kind of what it is when we go stream at the Creekside?
Only pans.
Yeah.
well, sometimes. Could be dredges only.
I'm out on dredges only then. be looking
For
nice.
now, wait till you get a dredge.
Yeah, you're right. But I'm
Well,
good.
we're in the overtime, Ed.
Yeah. Hey. Thanks.
Wow.
Sorry if we
That's
talked
the
too
end.
much for you, Aaron.
No, we're good. It's fun.
I'm glad you had a good time. It was nice having your mom join us. Next week, we're having a metal detectorist join us. Steve from Stories Lost and Found. Hopefully, it will be a great show like we try to put on. Anything other than
We
that?
don't put them on. Our guests put them on.
Oh, that's
Our
right.
guests
We
put on the
just,
great show.
I just sucker them into getting here. Come on,
Right.
please, please. You'll have a good time, I
I
promise.
keep prodding them with questions and stuff.
But
We're not the most professional, but we have fun.
It's all about fun. If you're not having fun, you're doing the wrong
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
well,
And
we
it's
wouldn't
like
be
going
going on
prospecting,
6 years if we didn't have fun.
Yeah,
Aaron.
yeah.
So, I love Tuesday nights. I get to hang out with all these great people out here, talk to like-minded people, and have a great time. Everybody, if you're not yet subscribed to Aaron, he does put out some very good content.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, you know
I
what?
watch
Okay,
more than
real
I
quick,
comment,
Ed.
Aaron. So
We got a request.
That's
We got a
fine.
request.
What's your
request.
And you're right. I did forget all about it. We have one more question for you.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right. I
It's
see
a
it.
hypothetical.
That's
Okay.
right.
It's a hypothetical.
All right.
If you had the ability to go treasure hunt for whatever you wanted to, wherever you wanted to, no limits, money was no problem, laws don't mean nothing to you. No, nothing means anything to you. You go wherever you want, do whatever you want. Where would you go?
Sky's the limit.
Treasure hunting.
The universe, anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever
The
treasure you would
universe?
want.
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean, it's talking
anywhere.
about the universe, 100% Mars, but on planet Earth, probably Antarctica. I want to go see what kind of
Antarctica.
gold deposits they got under like 10 kilometers of ice. So I need somebody to move the kilometers of ice overburden. and
Well,
go gold
whatever.
mine. Be
Hey,
the first gold
whatever
mine
it would
in
take for you to
Antarctica.
do that, you can. That's interesting. Never
Yeah.
thought about that.
Nobody's
Well,
gold
we don't
mined in Antarctica before.
Well, we don't know if there is gold though.
Oh, there's gold in Antarctica. I promise.
Okay.
I know it.
He
Mother loves down
promises.
there. Yeah.
That would be. Could you imagine the stringers coming from that?
Woo.
Who?
I think
Okay,
those
well,
six
that was
plane.
a good one. I like that answer. That was different. That was
Yeah.
very different. Very different.
All right.
Dan
Nice.
Zoller says middle fork of the U-Bob.
And you don't want to go to Alaska in the winter, but you want to mine Antarctica?
He said money was no object, so we can build a biodome that's 70 degrees year round.
Okay. Yeah, good point. Good point. There you go.
Hey, he plans.
Thaw through the 2 miles of ice.
Yeah.
Get down there. Right on. Next gold outing, Antarctica.
And
See you there.
Elon Musk is your engineer, right?
There you go, Veronica. Tasmania.
Oh, thanks.
New Zealand, Tasmania, Australia.
Eli gets such good gold.
Oh, Levi, yeah, he's killing it,
Levi,
man.
not Eli. Why did I say Eli? Levi, Tassie Boys.
Yeah, he was a real good guest too. And if you want to catch some of these past shows, there's a playlist. Season 5, Season 4, or Year 4, Year 3. Also, you can catch us on many podcast sites, Spotify, iHeart, Anchor.
I didn't know it was on Spotify. I didn't know.
Yeah, you can catch our replays on Spotify. And
I can listen to it in the car on the way to the mountain.
yeah, you betcha. You could go, man, I sound like that, but I'm sure you do that from your videos. Man, I look like that. I sound like that. Oh my God.
Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, and I can't forget our podcast listeners. Thank you very much. Thank all of you out there, the FlashFam, new and old alike. Special thanks to all our members, keeping the dream alive, our lurkers, our moderators, and our super mod. Later, y'all. Everyone have a good night. Can't leave yet, Stoney. Can't leave yet. Thanks again very much, Aaron, for joining us tonight.
You're very welcome.
ToledoJess, thank you as always for being my co-host and prospecting partner and buddy. Everybody, thank you. Until next time, may you always have a flash in your pan.
You know what he's going to say next.
That's right, Jesse, because it does happen. Maybe one day, too, we'll meet you on the river. Good night, everybody. God bless. And for now, you know what? We're out of here.
Gold night, everybody.
Yes, definitely. A very 24-karat gold night to you all. Thanks again, Veronica, Terry, MJ. Good seeing you. Campsite. GP. And it does happen. That's right, brother. GoPros, Stony Creek. Buenas noches, amigo. You're very welcome, Joseph. Thank you very much.
Buenos nachos, David.